Welcome. We have James Falcon running for the Division A Director position. How are you today, James?
I'm okay.
That's great. All right, let's get started with some questions. Please describe a team that you led.
Describe a team that I led. Well, my most previous team is just in the last term as Division A Director. My 3 area directors are a really great team. I'm really fortunate to have had a full slate of area directors and to have their support and for me to be able to support them as much as possible. So I was actually quite fortunate compared to other situations as a division director.
Great, thank you. What leadership skills and experience can you bring to the district?
A lot of my experience is based on all my mistakes, and the reason why I've brought myself forward to do a second term as Division A director is to basically learn from the new mistakes that I've made. But definitely with the area directors, because I was an area director twice, and before that an assistant area director, I brought my experience as an area director to my area directors. And as a Division A director, the past term that I did, I was trying to learn from the other division directors who might have done it before, or even from the trio.
Thank you. Okay, what committees would you like to see in place to support district success?
That's a good question. One of them, it already exists, is the hybrid meeting task force. If I don't know if that qualifies as a committee, but I love the sound of task force because it's an action committee. I was the first chair for it, and now I'm still co-chair for that task force. And I think it's really important. It's going to take a few years for District 21, as well as all of Toastmasters, to really become fluent in those type of meetings where you have in-person and online attendance. And it really does make Toastmasters International even more international when you actually have a global membership and audience that can interact with each other. You don't have to travel to the place to actually see and visit the Toastmasters over there.
Thank you very much. That is a wrap. Well, I wish you much success as you move forward as the nominated candidate. Welcome, Bruce Yu. He is the candidate for the Division B Division Director role. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. Thank you very much. And I'm glad to be here.
Great. That is fantastic. So let's get started. Your first question today is, describe a successful team that you led.
Well, I had an experience of being a president and an area director. I believe my teams are excellent. And I think I just had experience of bringing my club from unhealthy club, I can say, because we only had more than 15 members. But after my term, and I just got around 31 members. So I believe that was a big achievement. And I just pay attention to a lot of details in the club, how it runs and how to engage the guests. So I have the experience to do that. Yeah, that's my achievement in leading a successful club.
Okay, thank you very much. Your next question, what leadership skills and experience can you bring to the district?
I consider myself as an analytical and a servant leader. So if I will be the Division B director, I think I will just use my analytics to plan well and plan ahead everything, and I just actively and proactively to look at the statistics so that I will know the trend of the division, I mean, how it will go. And also, I think I will just communicate with the area directors and the club presidents and to make sure that we can just achieve the Distinguished Club program goals.
Thank you very much. Would you like to wrap up?
Yeah, sure. I just want to say, vote for me and let's build a stronger District 21. Yeah, that's my campaign.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time, and I wish you much success in your candidacy. Good afternoon and welcome, Richard Brown, for the nominated position of Division C Director. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, thanks, Karen. I'm doing fine.
That's great. Okay, let's get started. Okay, you have 2 minutes and we'll start right now. Describe a team that you led.
I've led a lot of teams in my work career. I started out as a team leader. I became a project leader. I was a project manager, and I ended up as a practice manager. When I was a practice manager, I had 8 people reporting to me and 24 behind them. So I certainly know how to handle projects. I know how to handle management. I think the main thing, as far as I'm concerned, is knowing and understanding your resources, who your team are and what their motivations are, and being really caring about how they get along and finish things up.
Perfect. Thank you very much. What leadership skills and experience can you bring to the district?
Well, I've been in Toastmasters 14 years. Most of those years I've been as a club officer. In fact, yeah, all except 2 maybe. And I've been a president, and I've been a vice president of education and others. I've also worked as an area director. So right now I feel that this is a new step for me, but a logical one. I think I'm ready to try something a little bit, it'll stretch me a bit more and have some fun with it too.
Perfect. Thank you. What innovative approaches will you bring to this role?
I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything particularly innovative. I'm going into some new challenges, and I'm really happy to be having some new challenges. I'm going to confer with my fellow directors to establish what are the best practices for the various jobs that I'm involved in. And maybe the best practices are known and understood, and that's the way to go. Or maybe there's a reason to develop some new approaches. I'm just going to have to see how things go, and I'm prepared to handle things either way.
Perfect. Thank you very much for spending some time with us today. That concludes your interview, and I look forward to the elections and wish you the very best in your nomination. Good afternoon. We are with Val Gunn today. She is a nominated candidate for the Division C Director position. How are you today, Val?
Very well, thank you.
That's great. Okay, we're going to get started. So could you please describe a successful team that you led?
My successful team that I led was most recently in Toastmasters for my area competition. And although I'd like to take credit for it, I know it was my team that really helped me through. And one of the ways for success was that I reached out and created the team early. And then once we had got the team together, I made it quite clear as to what my expectations were and how we would do it. And with that, I think we had a very successful contest.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Can you tell me what leadership skills and experience can you bring to the district?
Most of my working life, I was a self-employed professional, and I led a team of up to 20 employees with other people, of course, but leading a team like that requires you to be able to listen and, when necessary, take action, and sometimes prod people into doing these jobs that you want, albeit kindly, but just making and telling them that you will be there to help them if they need any help. In other words, you're not throwing them out to the sharks all by themselves.
Okay. Now, would you like another question or would you like to wrap up?
Well, I am standing for the Division C director, and Division C has, in my opinion, has been a shining light in the area, and I would like to keep that up and make sure my clubs are functioning and happy. And with happy, well-functioning clubs, we will improve our membership and encourage people to stay on in Toastmasters and achieve with the amazing educational implements that they offer us.
Thank you very much. Okay. Well, we wish you all the success in the elections, and thank you very much. Welcome, Tom Dutta. He is running for the Division F Division Director position. How are you today, Tom?
I'm great. Thank you, Karen.
That's great. Good to hear. Okay, let's get started with the questions. The first question is, describe a successful team you led.
In my first year with Toastmasters, I had never been in Toastmasters before. I joined a advanced club. I was invited, and within a month after, there were some changes in the executive and I became the president. And the first thing I looked for was to build a team, but I realized that the team that you have when you're a leader is full of people that have skills and strengths that are far greater than yours. So I built a team very quickly. I relied on a mentor and other presidents from other groups. And very quickly, I decided to roll up my sleeves and participate and help the team. And over time, build trust. And after a while, the trust was built. And then the team started taking direction, and I was able to lead through the executive team. And we became a President's Distinguished Club. And my biggest lesson from that is that when you're a leader, you lead through others. To lead through others, you have to build trust quickly. To build trust quickly, you have to find something in common and learn from others first. So that was the first example of a Toastmasters team when I joined in 2020.
Great. Thank you very much. Okay. What leadership skills and experience can you bring to the district?
Leadership skills and experience. I look at a couple things. I come from the world of business. I'm also a professional trainer, so I've been teaching others throughout most of my life, and I've been a leader, and I have many skills. What I see in Toastmasters is a complete change in its business. It's called disruption. So COVID-19, and all of a sudden we're having to go digital, and many things have changed. So I bring a lot of skill on how to navigate or how to work through businesses when their business models is being disrupted. The other skill I have is building culture. I really like the culture of Toastmasters, and I believe that culture trumps everything. So to work with a team, first of all, to lead through the culture and its integrity, respect, service, and excellence, but also to be able to demonstrate that.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your taking the time for this candidate showcase, and I wish you much success in your candidacy for the Division F position. Good luck, and thank you very much. Welcome, Shakeel Gaya, running for the position of Club Growth Director. How are you today, Shakeel?
I'm fine, thank you, Karen. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Okay, we're going to start with some questions. Can you please provide a specific example of when you developed a strategic plan and how and it was implemented successfully?
Well, thank you very much, Karen, for allowing me to share this experience of mine. I've done this a number of times, but I'd like to take you back a few years earlier. My last assignment in Pakistan, where I was hired as a sales manager for a local company importing pharmaceuticals for being marketed. Prior to that, I was working for a mid-sized American pharmaceutical company as a training and business development manager for South Asia. But this was a whole new operation where the first shipment had been made and there was no team or structure to sell those products. And I had my final meeting with the owners and the directors, and I explained to them, and I thanked them for the confidence that they had put in me to deliver the goods, and explained that I will need to have a team to be able to deliver the business objectives. I cannot do any miracles on my own alone. And I went out looking for my team, and I recruited 3 members from today's largest pharmaceutical, #1 pharmaceutical company in the world, Pfizer. And I got another one from another multinational company, and I had 5 managers from within the pharmaceutical industry, and 4 of them were successful. One I had to replace because it wasn't quite what I was hoping he would be able to do. But that team that I selected to launch the pharmaceutical business is what helped me to recruit their medical reps, the team, the distribution network, and that was an amazing experience. And it launched well, carried on well. The business plan was implemented, and we all enjoyed success.
Okay, thank you. Would you like to do a quick wrap? You've got 10 seconds.
A quick wrap. I strongly believe that a man is only as strong or as good as the team he has.
Thank you very much. I wish you much success in the election coming up. And if you are elected as Club Growth Director, I am sure that you will have an incredible year. Thank you for coming today. Welcome, Virginia Keast. She is running for the Program Quality Director role. How are you today?
Very well. Thank you, Karen.
Okay, let's get started. My first question, please provide a specific example of when you developed a strategic plan and it was implemented successfully.
Oh, well, thank you for that question. It is interesting. Strategic plans are key to my business. And most of my life, I've worked in communications. And so I'm certainly familiar with plans. And I will stretch back to my work. A number of years ago, I was responsible for planning a month-long campaign for the construction industry. And so that took building a team, having various people take over responsibilities, just as we would in our yearly conferences, and then following that through. And so you're using a timeline, you're looking at your resources, you're trying to be smart, which is being, strategic, measurable, actionable, realistic, and timely. So all those things are key when you're planning any kind of event, but particularly over a month. There are hills and valleys, there are challenges. And so it's a fascinating experience to follow through on a strategic plan and always remember to look back and reflect on what you've learned.
Okay, thank you. Okay, how will you promote quality clubs?
Promoting anything can be a challenge, particularly when you're trying to herd cats like Toastmasters in 115 clubs in our district. And so I think part of the secret to promoting is to promote in different ways and to reach out to everyone who can possibly click on a computer or pick up a phone or meet in person. And I think it's very challenging nowadays because we are all so busy and our lives are so complex. And so part of the challenge is to identify all those ways that we can reach out and communicate about the amazing programs and training opportunities that our district offers throughout the year. And so I'm going to be, if I'm elected, I would definitely be looking at those and identifying the many different ways that we can reach people.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. And I wish you the greatest success in your coming year as the incoming Program Quality Director. Good luck on the election. Welcome, Jean Vickers, the nominated candidate for District Director. How are you today?
I am terrific. Thank you so much.
All right, great. Let's get started. We have a couple questions to ask you. You have 2 minutes. So the first question, please provide a specific example of when you developed a strategic plan and it was implemented successfully.
I think my biggest opportunity was when I was the original district governor for District 96. We putting a team together for a brand new district, and we worked with the team. We probably met more often than we should have with all the district leaders, but I think we had a spectacular year.
Right on. Thank you very much. When leading a team, describe your decision-making style.
I am old school. I am definitely democratic, but I certainly would like to believe that I'm also a visionary at the same time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. What can you and your district do to get more members excited about being a part of the leadership process?
That's probably my most enthusiastic part of this position. I see that there's still some people that we need to even get on board. But I've been a salesman all my life, and sharing with people the features, the values, the benefits of getting involved, and how that can not only enhance their lives, but at the same time, they can enhance other people's lives. Just simply getting people involved.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, would you like to do a wrap?
This year was a strange year. I was all ready to compete in the District 96 International Speech Contest, and I was asked to put my name forward as the District 21 director. Why did I change? Because I can see an opportunity with myself helping others become better and helping District 21 maybe become distinguished this year.
Thank you very much.